Alright, this Ask Misty actually comes from a friend of mine who called me. We're actually very close friends, and he called me and asked me some advice over the telephone, and it wasn't officially an Ask Misty, but it kind of turned into one. And as soon as we hung up, or right before we hung up, he's like, "Do you know that you just gave me my own personal Ask Misty?" And I'm like, I guess I kind of did. And I'm going to go ahead and share it with you because, dear Misty, I'm a bartender. I'm a gay bartender in a gay bar. And everyone knows that I love drag queens. I'm a huge fan of drag queens. And I've always been a fan of drag queens, especially since when I used to sneak into gay bars, I used to go and watch the drag shows. So I'm extremely supportive of the drag shows, and I love the shows, and I love the girls. And now I'm a bartender. Many years later, now I'm a bartender. And there's a full-time tranny that keeps coming into the bar, and we've become very close. Now, everybody knows that bartenders are extremely flirtatious because that's our business. That's who we are. Not to mention, I'm an Italian stallion, and I'm just flirtatious in general. The other day, it was a slow night at the bar, and I knew it was going to be slow, so I went to KFC and bought a big tub of chicken. And I brought it to the club for whoever was there to, like, you know, hang out, drink, have some chicken, whatever. And I sent a text to the tranny friend of mine, and the tranny friend of mine texted me and says, "Hey, are you working? I'm going to come by and see you." And I replied and said, "Yes, I can't wait for you to taste my chicken." And she says, "Ooh, now I'm hungry, horny, and want to masturbate." And that night she came and was very flirtatious, and the reality is I've been thinking about it all night long, and I'm really bothered by it because I feel that I sent the wrong message. And I don't want her to get the wrong idea because we're very good friends. Alright, now that's the background story. Obviously, a lot of that was things that I know about him, and he didn't actually say it to me. Needless to say, I was telling him, like, okay, dealing with trannies, especially full-time and trannies, which means full-time girl, you need to be a little delicate or careful, because sometimes if they're on hormones or not on hormones, you never know, and their hormone imbalances might be a little out of whack. So just be careful not to offend them or upset them. But as I've said many times before, a sharp blade heals much faster than a serrated edge. You know, if you take something like, it's going to take longer to heal than if you're like, and that has nothing to do with suicide, by the way. I was just making a cut. So my advice to him is be completely upfront. Be completely upfront and completely honest with her from the get-go. Be like, look, I'm so sorry. And I think a lot of times that if we assume responsibility, it takes people's guards down. So my suggestion to him was the second he sees her, run up to her and be like, "Oh my gosh, something has been bothering me and I really, really need to talk to you." That's immediately going to let her guard down. And be like, "Look, the other day I said something and I really don't want it to be misinterpreted. Because I love you and I value your friendship and I really want you to stay in my life and I don't want to be awkward and I don't want to be uncomfortable. But I don't want you to misinterpret what I said because I did not mean anything by it. And I'm so afraid that maybe it could have been misinterpreted." Don't say, "I think you interpreted it wrong," because maybe she didn't. And maybe she's going to say that, "Oh no girl, I was like, please, you're my sister," or whatever. But be like, "I am so sorry. I might have made a mistake. It's been bothering me all night. I've been thinking of it all night, and your friendship is very important to me, and I just want you to know that I did not mean what it might have sounded like. It was simple. It was honest. I'm just really upset because I think I might have sent a misconstrued text message, and I did not intend, because I really want you to know that I am not hitting on you. I'm not flirting with you. I'm not trying to go there with you. You're my friend, and your friendship is important to me, and I don't want you to think that I'm trying to take this somewhere else, because I'm not. And if you keep it all on me, and I, and this, and me, and this, and I, it's not going to distract her with, you hit on me, or you started flirting with me after the text messages, or you made me uncomfortable because I sent the wrong message and you misinterpreted it. Don't even say that. Just be like, look, I did this, and I'm sorry, and I love you and respect you and want you to stay in my life as a friend, and I don't want to be awkward, and I don't want to be uncomfortable, and I don't want you to be awkward or uncomfortable. I want to be friends. That's it. And I think that the faster you nip it in the bud, it's going to be dealt with and taken care of. The faster you deal with it, the faster it's going to be able to heal. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be flirtatious. You can still be yourself. If you usually flirt with her, stay flirting with her. But I want you to, I think it's important that you deal with the situation right now, because something you said very well could have been misconstrued. And I hope that helps. Although I actually did talk to him, and he was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I gotta have my own private Ask Misty." And I was like, you know what? This is a situation a lot of people could learn from, because we all flirt with people in our lives, and sometimes messages get misconstrued, and that's not what we intended. You know. Anyways, that was an Ask Misty. Bye.